Hi, everybody. Just trying something a bit new there with a countdown, and it worked really well. So that's fantastic. What's everyone's week's been like? I don't know what. I saw you last Wednesday, so it hasn't been quite a week. Hi, Sasha. How you going? Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining. Well, we've got a busy week this week for Country Kickback. I think I've definitely got 3, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a 4th person booked in of different shows this week. So it's a really busy one. If anyone's free, feel free to come and say hi. But we'll pop it up on the page each day before we go live and let you know who it is. But today we've got Brook Chivell joining us. He's got a new single out and an album that we want to have a chat about and all sorts of things. So we might welcome him into the room. Hi.
How you going?
How you doing? Thank you for joining us. I know we were going to do it tomorrow night, and I remember it's your night on Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays is usually my Facebook Live night, 6:45 on Brook Chivell Official. Get the plug in early.
Get in there early. We've got people joining already. We've got Sarah and she said hi, and June has popped in to say hi.
Hi.
Everybody's here, and Karen. And I have to apologise ahead, guys. I'm sorry about there is a bit of a static sort of thing going on with my audio, and we don't know why or how to fix it. So if anyone knows, you know.
I don't know if it's doing it on mine as well or not, but I can hear it doing on yours. So I don't know. Who knows?
It's really strange. But anyway, we'll push through. If it gets too bad, let us know. Well, you've been isolated for a while. You've been pretty busy in isolation. You've got your new single come out. Tell us how that is going for you.
So, In My Life came out, it was quite a while ago now. I guess it's been out for maybe 2.5 months or something like that. It was quite a while. I've actually got a new one coming out in about 2.5 weeks, so we can talk about that.
Let's do that.
In My Life's going really well. I think it's had about 315,000 streams on Spotify, which is pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I don't know. It's going really well. It's been hard because I haven't been really able to go out and promote it at gigs or anything. So I'm pretty old school that way. Like I do my Facebook Live once a week, but I don't like to just, be smashing people with, hey, go and check my thing out all the time. I do it for fun, just to, keep in contact with, I hate the word fans, but, friends kind of deal.
Friends. With your Facebook Live, you've been doing that for so long now, and it was well before Facebook Lives were a bit of a thing. What made you start doing that? What made you go, let's do that? Because it wasn't really that done when you started.
It wasn't. I'm coming up to 3.5 years of doing it straight every single Tuesday night. I think so. I did Star Maker that year, and when as part of the interview thing, they were just saying, we don't really know who you are because your social media's, doesn't really show you as a person. We don't really know who you are, and because I was pretty old school from when I was a kid, the musos you didn't have access like that. So you just put out things that you thought were cool. And that's what I did. I was just putting up things that I thought were cool and not really, letting people know who I was, because I'm a bit of a nerd. And so I just actually Nat Pearson said, why don't you just go Facebook Live?
Yeah.
And me to be somebody who takes things to extremes, I did it every week for 3.5 years.
And still going.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
every week.
It's kind of changed now. It used to always be singing, but a good friend of mine gave me some advice. Brandy said, you don't need to do that. People know you can sing, and really you're giving away your stuff for free. So, use it as a platform so people can get to know you as a person, and, trying to get them to come to gigs or buy a copy of your album. And it's not even really about selling your album. It's more about just, them getting to know me and hopefully feeling like, I want to check their album, their music out, however they check it out. It might be Spotify or YouTube or however it happens to be. So
yeah, I think it's a great idea. And I think it's a great idea because everyone else is got on now. Everyone's going live.
Yeah, I'm kind of the OG, I guess. I mean, I think Travis had done a few before me, but he was only doing it on the, occasionally. That wasn't a weekly thing. So I guess I'm the one who kind of stuck to it. Other people, I think the Wolf Brothers have stopped and started about 6 times in the time that I've been doing it.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to do something every week and commit to the same time, same night every week.
It's definitely. I didn't realize how much of a commitment it was going to be, because it kind of changed my. At the time I was in the gym 5 or 6 nights a week, and after my Facebook lives, I'm just. It's like, am I going to go? Am I not going to go? Couch is really comfortable.
Yeah. If you're warm, you're comfortable. Why get up? I don't know how you gym.
It's still pretty warm here anyway, but I think I think it was 23 degrees here today or something, so I can't complain about the weather.
Thanks for that. Yeah, not anywhere near that here. Not anywhere near that. I've got slippers on.
Well, actually bought myself.
How do you would roast in those in 23 degrees?
Well, the funny thing is you get acclimatized to it and you become more and more of a wuss. So you see people, when I first moved up here, because I'm in Queensland, when I first moved up here, I'd see people in winter wearing, jumpers and Ugg boots and, long pants and stuff. And I was like, these people are crazy. It's boiling hot. And now I'm like, oh, it's cold.
That's what I think when I go to Queensland. I'm like, look at that person. They've got a jumper and jeans. And
when I was in primary school, we had an English guy come in when I was in about grade 3 or something, and the whole first winter he wore shorts and a t-shirt, like the whole first winter, and everyone's like, "You are mental." This is in Melbourne as well. We're like, "You're mental," and he's like, "Oh, it's warm." And the next year he's all rugged up, 2 jumpers.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not warm. We've got lots of people popping in. Shane says hi. Hi, Shane. How you going? Belle's popped in. She's here watching.
Hey, Belle.
Prue and Helen. They're all here.
I think on my Facebook Lives, Belle has seen the most of them.
Has she missed any? She'd be not missed.
I think she's missed 1 or 2. She had emergency, so she couldn't come on those times. But she's watched the most of anybody by a long, long, long way.
Yep, that's fair. I find quite often when you're live, I'm at work, so I can't always watch. No, you said you've got a new single coming out. What are you releasing in 2 weeks?
So it's off the album as well. It's called Country Kind of Guy, and it's a kind of an upbeat.
Yep.
I guess it's kind of Luke. I think Nat described it as like Luke Combs meets Randy Houser kind of vibe. Yeah. So it's got a real foot stomping kind of feel. It's I don't know. It's just a song about being a country guy, and country guys do certain things, and kind of about that. They're always loyal, but do dumb stuff sometimes.
It's very true. Very accurate, actually, for somebody.
Well, it's not. To be honest, that's not just country guys. That's all guys.
It's just guys. This whole album, it felt like we were waiting for ages, and we probably weren't, but it just was so exciting up to the release. How long were you preparing for this album?
So the first song I wrote for the album was in 2012.
12, yep. Wow.
Actually, it might have been 11, actually. I wrote most of the songs with Anthony Emery, who's the guy that I write a lot of stuff with, and the other guitar player that was in the Brook band at the time, Paul Gales. So I think I wrote, the 3 of us wrote 2 songs. Anthony and I wrote the bulk of the other ones, and I think I might have written 3 songs by myself. So In My Life I wrote by myself. Hot Country Girl I wrote by myself. Yep. And I think everything else a collaboration with at least Anthony, if not Anthony and Paul.
Yep. Wonderful. Well, it's a great album.
I think the last song was written in, like, I'd written all of the songs for that album by, except for Fearless Rider. I wrote that with Nat and Anthony, and that was just a last minute addition because I had the PBR coming up. So I think the last song before that was written in 2012 or 13 or something. It just took a really long time to get together because I didn't have any money.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And albums are so expensive. But it's been worth it. It really has. Have you already started writing for the next album?
Yeah. So actually, to be honest, I hadn't, aside from Fearless Ride, I hadn't written a lot of songs. You know, to be honest, I was going through a phase. I thought I'd lost it. I thought my creativity was gone. I couldn't come up with anything. You know, like I'd always recorded ideas into my iPhone, and you know, back in the day, and I say back in the day, you know, like 5, 6, 7 years ago. But I've been gigging that much, you know, money that I haven't. Like I haven't even thought about picking a guitar up when I got home. So I haven't been writing anything, but because of COVID, everything stopped. And I literally sit on the couch and this guitar, I couldn't even tell you how many, probably 150 ideas I'll put in my phone. Not full songs, but, you know, ideas for sure. There's heaps and heaps and heaps of them.
That is fantastic. See, something good has come out of COVID.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think that, next year, I think is going to be pretty huge for COVID written songs. There's so many people songwriting at the moment. Oh, and you know, since the start of COVID, even I've done a couple of Skype writes with other people, and we've had a couple of, because we haven't been locked down as hard as say Victoria has, so you know we can still meet up with people and write and stuff. I mean, kind of cool.
And well, actually, in your case, you even started gigging a little bit.
Yeah, so I think I did my first gig on, it was like this, might have been this mid-June, we opened back up to gigs.
Oh, okay.
So it might have been the end of June, but so I've done pretty much at least one gig every week since then. So I did 3 gigs a couple of weeks ago, and I've got 2 gigs coming up this week, but it's all cover gigs. It's not me doing my stuff, unfortunately, but it's, you know, it's a start. It's
a start, and it's still better than doing nothing, no music.
Well, I mean, it's good for the bank account, so I can record stuff. Because I've actually recorded 2 songs for whatever the next thing is. It's kind of 70s rock, I guess. It's not like hard out country. It's kind of, I mean, it's still got country twang because that's, you know, that's where I'm from, but it's pretty 70s rocky, which is kind of weird. People hear and go, oh, it's different. It's still, everyone still says, oh, it still sounds country. To me, it doesn't. It sounds like 70s rock. But like I wrote, Nat and I wrote a song that I'm going to be recording in, I don't know, 3 weeks with the guys from Scarlet's Way. So
that would be very exciting.
It's been good fun. It's been good fun.
There's different things coming up. It's good. Creativity is definitely back.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone doesn't call their album COVID-19, it will be a miracle.
All these COVID songs, but you know, what are you going to do to get music going?
Oh, none of my songs are about COVID. None of them.
No COVID ones. Couldn't do it. Couldn't bring yourself to do it.
No. They're all, if they're anything like my normal stuff, which they seem to be, they're about partying.
About partying. We've just had a fair few people popping in actually that I've missed. We've had Troy's come in to say hi. Darren, Karen, James there again. He said, hey, that's us. It's way. Patrick has popped in to say hi as well. And Country Kickback. So I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure who that is. Everyone comes up as Country Kickback if they're on the page. So I don't know. Right who you are.
Somebody who has access to your page is watching.
Someone that can probably control us right now.
Hopefully it doesn't go black now.
Exactly. Darren says, as long as there's no songs about Corona.
Well, maybe drinking Corona. So I might do drinking Corona, but I won't be doing that Corona.
Now, have you been safe throughout COVID? How have you coped?
No, I'm out there licking people's faces and
drinking the cheering drink.
Yeah, just rubbing my face in random piles of spit on the floor. That kind of thing. No, I follow the law. Like, to be honest, I'm not that worried about it personally. I don't, but because I'm not, I'm not an elderly person, and that's the people that it seems to be affecting. I don't have any, other outstanding issues. I don't see any elderly people. My parents live in Melbourne. They're the only elderly people that would be in contact. So, well, actually, they don't live in Melbourne.
Like you're describing them like that.
They live in Horsham. Well, no, they are. I'm nearly elderly, so I'm allowed to call them elderly. But no, I'm just, I'm doing whatever the health professionals tell us to do. I'm doing that. So, stay a distance away from people whenever I can, and we don't have to wear masks up here, thank God. So
you don't? No, we don't either. Luckily.
So, I mean, it amuses me that Tassie's locked down. I mean, what have you had, like 3 cases for the whole time or something?
Oh no, we had the big outbreak on the West Coast. It was something like 230 something people. We had the hospital was the first big outbreak down the West Coast, and it came off the Ruby Princess. But we were lucky; they jumped on it really quickly. And touch wood, at the moment we've got no known active cases. So let's hope it's.
I think, I think up here we just had those 2 girls, obviously, that came in from Melbourne. And I think they spread it so far to 3 people. And then we had a guy who came in from overseas. So he came in through Sydney and went straight into quarantine. So, but, I'm doing
what you got to do.
Else. I'm following the law because I can't afford a fine or to go to jail. So I'm doing that. But I'm not super worried about it.
No. You're doing all right. Now,
I'm not spending days and days worrying about, how I sanitize my hands 40,000 times.
You've still got skin on your hands.
I do. Also building up my immunity still because, do that.
That's going to be the next thing is everyone's going to get all these other bugs because we've washed everything away so much.
Probably. We'll have to start taking dirt tablets like they do to kids these days.
Try to get the germs built back up, or the immune. Now you had a cruise coming up. Is that still going ahead at this stage? You've stopped the cruise.
No, we haven't actually announced it yet. So hi everybody.
Hi.
But I spoke to we've just recently spoke. I spoke to Drew. I spoke to Drew's manager on Friday night, I think, and we just can't do it. Like the boat's restricted to 50 people at the moment. People can't get in from interstate, and he's in Greater Sydney, so he can't get into Queensland anyway. No. And who knows what's going to happen in the next kind of month or whatever. So it's just easier to can it for now. We're delaying the whole thing. So what'll happen is people, if people want to hold on to their tickets, they'll still work for the cruise, which will be the same lineup. It'll still be Drew, Nat, me, and Hayley Marston. So it's still all going to be a go, but we haven't 100% worked the date out yet. But we're thinking probably 13th of Feb. Okay,
around that time. So that'd be nearly 12 months from your last cruise, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The last one was 12th of Feb. So our plan is to be able to do it, twice yearly is the goal.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. We've got Helen is there, and Karina popped to say hi, and she's from Melbourne as well.
Yeah.
There we go. So obviously, if you're planning on doing the cruises again, I didn't make the last one. I didn't quite get there. Obviously, it went really well for you. I haven't really got to talk since.
You bought a ticket and everything, and just didn't turn up.
I just didn't come. I was in hospital.
Dirty
these things that we do.
Yeah. No, it was a really good day actually. Andrew and Jade and Nat and I, it was good fun, and then we kind of, we'd been up for a really long time, but we still stuck it out for the after party, which was like literally a 50-meter walk from the boat. So it's great. And we had at the after party we had Brook and Will Day. So it was a really cool day. was even better to not have to play. I mean, obviously I love playing, but it's always good to be able to sit back and have a couple of drinks and watch somebody else. It was good fun.
Oh, I wish I was there. Now, we've been talking about your new single and your one coming up, the album. Where can people buy the album?
Just send me some money. No, if you go,
As much as you can.
Hit me up on my Facebook, Brook Chivell Official, and just send me a message through there, and we'll line it up through there.
Excellent.
That's the easiest way because you can't come to a gig right now.
No. And have you got any other merch available at the moment?
At the moment, just stubby holders.
Stubby holders, so they can probably get them the same way.
Yeah. So I was planning to get t-shirts done for the cruise, but just
you've got time now.
I've got time now, yeah. I mean, I can have them for Tamworth as well then. So
yeah, true. So you're planning at this stage to head to Tamworth?
Yeah, not for long. It'll just be like last year. I think Nat and I were there for 22 hours. It'll probably be something along the same kind of amount of time, just depending. I'm going to nominate for the Golden Guitars. I highly doubt that I'll get a nomination, but hey, if you don't put in, you definitely won't get a nomination. So I'll put in and see how we go, and hopefully, if I can get a nomination, I'll stick around for the Golden Guitars as well. And if I don't, then I'll probably won't.
See how you go. It's always a hard one because you can't plan. You've got to plan it far ahead, but if you're planning for certain things like that, you've sort of got to wait until all those things are out.
It's tough because it's tough for us as well because obviously, I gig every weekend, so planning to go to Tamworth means I'm going to miss a weekend of gigs. But if I don't plan to go and then it's just it's kind of stuffed either way. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think last year I was there, we just went down on Thursday night and came back on. We went down Thursday during the day and we came back. Oh, hang on, maybe it was Friday during the day. Yeah, it was Friday during the day, and we literally drove straight back to a gig. I keep saying we because it's me and Nat. I'm not talking about me in the third person, okay?
You in the guitar.
So we actually drove literally straight from Tamworth to a gig. No,
wow,
no, nothing. Literally straight to a gig.
That must be a pretty long drive.
No, it's only about. I mean, it is. It's about 7 hours or so.
Yes, I'm Tasmanian, that's a long drive.
Yeah, I guess you can pretty much circumnavigate Cassie in 7 hours. No, you can't.
You wouldn't see much, but you'd be around it in the day, but you wouldn't see a lot. Oh, wow.
7 hours to get you what from like Launceston down, or maybe Burnie down to like Queenstown or something.
I don't know. It's 4 hours from Burnie down to Hobart, 4.5 hours. So you'd probably Burnie to Hobart back to Burnie in 7-8 hours.
I've done that Burnie drive a couple of times. I've played at the Butter Factory a couple of times. So
yes, so I know COVID's stopped that, but are there any plans to get down this way when everything goes back to normal?
We actually we were planning on having a really big year of getting out and about. We had a tour plan to go up to Cape York. Nat and I were going to do a trip up to Cape York with Scarlett's Way, and obviously COVID kind of put the kibosh on that. But that's the goal. The goal is to get out and play a lot more gigs, and if we can get to Tassie, and I've never played a gig in Adelaide before, so I'd love to go to South Australia and play, and a lot more country towns as well. I haven't done that much country town stuff. I'm always, kind of in the cities for some reason, which is silly because it's just kind of the way that it's gone, really. I mean, I guess Nat and I did a tour a couple of years ago, and we did a whole bunch of country caravan parks and halls and stuff like that. So we want to do that again. But Nat, for both of us, really. My stuff isn't really me with an acoustic guitar. That's not really what I do. What I do is me with a band, playing, a country rock show. That's what I do. So anytime I can make that happen, that's definitely the goal.
Perfect. Well, hopefully it's giving you guys some time to prepare for when we do get out to get on the road. I guess
Yeah, for sure.
probably let people know that you're coming and people can say where they are and where they'd like to see you guys head towards. Maybe that might be a good start. I know we're probably close to time, but I wanted to chat to you about the PBR. How did that all go for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was
Absolutely.
to be honest, it was pretty daunting. I've never really, well, I've never been in that situation before where it's me standing in the middle of a stadium, like a stadium. Like it was at the Melbourne one was at the Margaret Court Arena. So, it's, 10,000 people kind of vibe. And there's me with the microphone. It wasn't like there was no band. I didn't have a guitar. It was just me and a microphone. It's pretty daunting.
Yeah.
So I sang 2 songs in Adelaide and 3 songs in Melbourne, which kind of ticked a massive thing off my bucket list. I never thought I'd ever get to play at the entertainment centre. So that's pretty awesome. But if people check out the video clip for Fearless Rider, there's a bunch of footage on that. So just took me a really long time to get all that footage together. So that's why it took so long to release the video. But
did you find you had a lot of people there that knew your songs? It's really hard to tell when there's that many people.
It's funny because the one in Melbourne, I actually went on before the PBR. So I did my songs as a warm-up kind of deal. And I had people coming up to me saying, "Oh, we only came for you. And we missed you. We didn't get here until the start." But everyone got to see Nat sing the national anthem. Actually, they had some issues. The person they had lined up to, or the duo they had lined up to come and sing the national anthem, didn't turn up. So they came up to me about 10 minutes before showtime and said, "Do you know the national anthem?" And I said, "Yeah, I've never sung it like live. I've sung it at primary school and stuff, and I know the words." And Nat was right there. And the way that I am is, if I can get other people into a thing, I'll do my damnedest to make that happen. So if I can get Nat and put Nat in front of people, then I'll do that. If I've got friends in the business that, are at it, whatever it is, and I can get them to a position where it works for them as well, I'll always do that. There's a lot of people that aren't like that. They're like, "Oh, no, this is my gig."
Fine. No.
Fine. It's like, what's
that
from
cartoon?
The cartoon thing, Dory and Finding Nemo.
Mine, oh God.
A lot of people I'm not like that. I'm like, how do I get other? So I said, "Why don't you Nat?" So Nat sang it, smashed it out of the park. So she was on the broadcast, and I wasn't. I was in the opener. When I did in Adelaide, I was on the broadcast in Adelaide. So that was pretty cool. Whatever.
How cool!
But it was awesome. It was such a good
time. Before, had she done it live?
Yeah. I knew she'd done it a heap of times before, and I knew people would be blown away by her doing it as well. So
I wasn't putting her on the spot.
No, she's. I mean, the other thing is, she's one of those people that will jump in and just go, "Yep, I'll do it."
Yeah.
Like if we go and see a band and they're like, "Oh, you should get up for a sing," I'm like, "Nah, I'm right. I'm having a watch," and that's like, "Yeah, I'll get up." Like, she won't ask. She's not one of those people, "Oh, can you let me up for a sing?" But if they ask, she'll get up and have a crack. She doesn't care.
Why not?
Sometimes I do. It just depends. If it's mates, like, I don't know, I've been up on stage with the Wolf Brothers a bunch of times doing songs, and just do whatever you do, I guess.
Different situation.
Yeah, that's right.
And the mood. Sometimes you're just not up to it. Sometimes you just want to kick back and watch someone else do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yesterday we were at a gig and they're like, "Oh, get up, Brook, and have a sing," and I'm like, I'm chilling. It's Sunday. Like, I just want to sit here and have a couple of drinks and a Palmer, and that's it. That's what I want to do.
There's your Palmer again. Did you ever get an answer on Palmer or Palmer?
It's Palmer. It's Palmer. No, it depends where you're from, apparently.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
So yeah, because you say Palmy, right?
We Sometimes I say either or. I think it depends on where I am and what I'm hearing, to be honest.
So I just look at it. I look at the spelling. It's Parma.
Yeah.
G whatever.
Parma.
Like
But yeah, I think a lot of us down here say palmy. I think that's the more common. What are you having when you go to the pub and have a palmy? That's what most people do here say.
Oh, it depends. In Melbourne, it's definitely Parma. Like you would not get, unless they're from interstate, they would always say Parma. In fact, ask the people that are watching. What do you say, Parma or Palmy? It's the eternal question.
I watch your thing, and I'm like, I know when I go places, it really depends. I think it really depends who I'm around and what I've heard. And I'm like, yeah, when I heard you say it, I'm like, yeah, I think I say Parma. But then I go to the pub and people say Palmy, so I'm really confused now. I'll just have chicken.
I'll have the chicken breadcrumb thing with sauce
sauce on it.
Sauce and ham and cheese. Thanks.
Karen said it's definitely palmy.
I can't talk to you ever again, Karen.
Patrick said it's Palmer.
See? We're 1 for 1. 1 and 1 at the moment.
Palmy again. Molly.
I feel like you're just selecting the ones that you want to put up.
Yeah, just put them all up. Can you see the comments? Yeah.
Actually, I can see the comments. On my iPad here. I just haven't been looking at them.
No, it's hard to look and talk, isn't it? Whereas when you go live, you're not talking to other people, so you can read the comments and chat. It's hard to chat and then read comments.
It is. It's more fun to just do this thing rather than worry about all of the things.
Every time I watch you and go live, I think, yeah, you've got it hard because I have someone to chat to. I talk to myself at home, but not live.
Well, I mean, most of the time it's just me talking to the people. It's sometimes I'm on there and I'm like, I've been live for 1 hour and 10 minutes by myself. How did that happen? Kind of fool talks to themselves, but I mean, it's always questions, and if I can come up with something, I usually try and have some kind of thing. Like there'll be something on my mind, like some kind of question, and I'll just put it out there and see if I can get an answer for it. Because, sometimes, or maybe I've got a view and I just want to know what other people's views are on whatever that topic happens to be. So,
yeah, absolutely. Well, we've gone through, so I'm sorry I've held you up. Are you gymming after this?
Yeah, I will. But it's only early yet. It's only
early. It's good. It means you can get to the gym and it'll still be a decent time.
Yeah, well, again, there you go.
I wanted to again remind people how to get your album and to get your single. And when you do a pre-order for your next single, which is a bit hard because it's on the album, how does that work?
Oh, okay. So the whole album isn't up on Spotify or iTunes. So the only place you can get all of the songs at the moment is on the CD.
Perfect.
So as I release them, they just go up online, and when all of the songs are up online, I'll put them together into an album. But at this stage, it's just song for song on Spotify, and it just gives, I don't know, I feel like I'm giving people that go out and spend their hard-earned money on buying an album, something that other people aren't going to have for quite a long period of time. I've probably got 3 more singles off that album. So probably looking at the next one will come out. It comes out on the 24th of August or something. The pre-order starts on the 14th, I think. So on iTunes and Google Play and that kind of stuff. And then I'm hoping to at least put out one more. And I've got another duet that we want to put out. We're hoping to put it out before October because it means we can nominate it for the Golden Guitars for vocal collaboration, which we did for last. We didn't get a nomination, but we tried. So
gotta keep trying. That's how it works.
If they see our name enough times, maybe they'll feel sorry for us. Or maybe they'll actually like it. One of the two.
You never know. They might Prue just chimed in on the. It should be Palmy because it's spelled Parmigiana.
But they put a Y on it, Prue.
I'm confused. Don't ask me about spelling. I'm a like speller.
It's not Parmagia.
Maybe it's spelled differently in each state. Maybe this is.
I think it's just one of those things that Victorians call it Palmer, and because we're different. They're all locked away now. They're all locked away beyond the border.
Don't go out of there anymore. No. Hopefully,
where they belong. Where they belong.
Troy said he can't wait for it to come out. Your new single.
Awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, again, if people want to order Brook's album and hear all those singles before it comes out, jump onto Facebook and send him a message, and I'm sure he'll arrange.
Yep.
And
Brook Chivell official, and it's the same one. You can do it on Instagram as well if you happen to be on the Instas.
Oh, so you're all over Insta as well. Insta is not easy.
I'm not all over it. I just have an account, but I go through phases of posting. I'm just one of those people. If interesting stuff's happening, I'll post it. If it's not, probably won't post anything for a while. It's just, I'm really bad at coming up with content just for the sake of having something new online. I wish I was better at it because that's how you actually get followers.
It's really hard.
Yeah, as opposed to occasionally putting a photo up that you like, kind of thing. So.
Yep. No, I find posting hard. I'm very lucky. I have a whole heap of people helping me with the posting on Facebook because I'm not good at it. I'm really not good at it. It's just not my
thing. It's definitely a thing. Some people are good at it. Pretty much the only, I'll go through phases where the only thing I actually post on my music page is literally my Facebook Live on Tuesday nights. That's it.
Yep. But it's still keeping it up there. It's still weekly.
Yeah.
What's on the cards tomorrow night? What are you talking about tomorrow night? Haven't decided yet.
It's just going to depend if I need food or not, because it could be from Coles again.
Yep.
Or I don't know. I never really sit down with any clue about what I'm doing. The production value is pretty low on my show. I haven't got any, super U-Butte split camera work going on or any of that kind of stuff. I just use Facebook, like Facebook Live, and I'm not using any kind of external softwares or anything like that. It's just me sitting on the couch talking.
Is Bubba going to make an appearance tomorrow?
He might. He's
actually there.
He's over there asleep at the moment.
Yeah, asleep. He's not sleeping. Dog's there too. Gosh. Well, thank you so much for joining me again. I'm sorry we've taken so much of your time.
No.
We always chat.
I'll chat by myself. So nice to have somebody else to talk to.
This is why you win the arguments with the palming and the palm. You're talking to yourself.
Yeah, well, it's easy to argue. Like, I usually win the arguments I have with myself.
Yeah. See? So that's why it works for him. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us again. We'll be back possibly Wednesday night, but definitely we'll be back Thursday night. And I'll let people on the page. But in the meantime, head over if you haven't already like Brook's Chivell official and give it a like and pre-order and order his album because I've got it in my car. That's why I can't show you it to bring it inside. And it's great. You'll love it.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah.
Well, actually, it didn't ever make it into the house. It came in the mail. It went straight into the car because I went for a drive to listen to it. It's the best place to listen to new music.
So what's your favourite song then?
Look, honestly, it depends on the mood I'm in. It really does. But I love Fearless Rider because I guess when I think about it, I think of like how you wrote it for the PBR, and I just like the thought of the feeling of, especially at the moment when you can't get to gigs, just the thought of being in the stadium and just that. Yeah, I like that. The whole story behind why you wrote the song, I think, was played in my mind and listening to the song. I think that's probably why I like that.
Awesome.
Yeah, at the most special moment. Yeah. I haven't seen any live music for quite some time. Oh, dear. So, thanks, guys. We'll see you all later in the week. Thank you again, Brook.
Thanks for having me.